Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Amber Unfiltered. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Amara La Negra. Not sure if you guys know who she is, but she's a reality TV star, a singer, model, television host, all the things. But before I do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you want to cash at me at Amber Unfiltered Show, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you hear little wooden sounds or little footsteps, it's just my dog walking around. He's probably gonna pop in here again. I don't know why, but I'm on a freaking roll tonight. I just have so much that I want to talk about. A lot of it is like, I don't really see any other people commenting or saying anything about this. So I was like, I'll just do it and see where it lands me, or where it takes me. But I wanted to talk about Amara La Negra because I feel like she was one of my favorite castmates when Love and Hip Hop Miami premiered. I think it premiered like 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure how long it's been on. But I saw so much potential in her, so much promise. I felt like she was really talented. I felt like she had a very unique look. I thought she was fucking drop dead gorgeous, very talented, very smart, funny, witty. I just thought she was like a girl's girl. Like, I thought she was incredible. And then it just seems like she's just gone downhill. And I see a lot of it is in her choices in men. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that her father wasn't in her life. He was not a constant. I'm not sure how consistent he was, but I just know that she had mentioned on the show that they were like estranged and she didn't really hear from him. She didn't see him, didn't receive any support. And I know her mom and him didn't have the best relationship. So it's kind of like history is repeating itself with the men that she chooses. I think that she is a beautiful girl. She's drop dead gorgeous. Again, I hope y'all don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think that she has any self-esteem. I feel like a lot of these women are really beautiful, have very good like gifts and talents, money makers, breadwinners, have, the things that would make them a complete package or total package. But I feel like a lot of them don't know their worth, and it reflects in their dating choices, in their romantic relationships. And she is one I'm just like, she has lost her luster or her shine to me. Like, I feel like she was a superstar. Like, I feel like she kind of could have been like a little bit like a Cardi B or a K Michelle, or even a little bit different. Like, I felt like she was really taking off and she had a lot to say. And I loved the fact that she was speaking out against colorism and racism and things like that. I don't know. I just thought so highly of her. And just to see where she's at now, it just makes me sad. It breaks my heart because she just fell so flat. Like, I think also she had really bad management. Like, a lot of the stuff that she was booking, she was doing it on her own. She kind of reminded me of Zoe Brinks in that way of like, they're trying to be up and coming and they've been in the business for a while, putting in the 10,000 hours, but they don't have the infrastructure or money that they necessarily need to propel themselves to the next level. So I don't know. I feel like Amara should probably get off of reality TV because it does not make her look good. She gets really bad edits, and I think a lot of it is her, but I also think probably how the show is produced and edited, for sure. But like, I remember when she first started and she was like pursuing her singing career, she was like doing acting gigs, modeling, and this, that, and the third. And she had like businesses. I think she was doing real estate, so she seemed to be doing really well for herself. She was struggling, like living out of her car before that, and then the show kind of helped put her on financially. She was able to buy a really gorgeous home. She was able to take care of her mother. Like, she was really able to have a better life for herself and build a better life for herself. And her and her mom are really tight. And I think when she started dating and things like that, it just took a left turn. Like, I know she was dating Shay Johnson's brother, MJ, who I actually thought was a really good match for her. Maybe he couldn't provide the lifestyle that she wanted per se. And he was probably struggling himself because I think he did music. I think he was in the entertainment industry. I thought he was a really handsome guy. I thought he was such a sweet guy, like the perfect gentleman. Maybe he just didn't have the finances and like his life in order. But I think that could have came with time, and she should have given him a chance, or maybe, remained as friends and see if they could revisit the relationship in the future. I thought he took really good care of her. I thought he really seemed to be in love with her. He was really Team Amara. I think sometimes he could overstep and try to act like her manager and was a little bit controlling, but I think he really truly did want the best for her. I think it's pretty tough when you have a man who you're in love with and you're in a romantic relationship with, and then you incorporate them as part of your business or as part of your brand, because I think it can go so left so quick. Like, my husband does help me, but a lot of the stuff, the content and stuff, I come up with it myself. He helps more from the technical aspect because I'm not the best with technology. I'm pretty basic. Like, I want to use the simple aspects of the technology. Like, with my phone, I just want to learn how to, or know how to like send emails, texts, phone calls, and just use like Facebook. Like, I'm pretty basic. All that other shit and like The more in-depth stuff I don't know how to do, so I kind of turned to him for that. And he used to stream, and he's really good with like YouTube and like streaming and knowing what works. He's very good with like metrics and knowing what people want in terms of like audience and how to captivate people. So I really rely on him for that, and he, you know, gives me good advice, and I do take it because I take his advice to heart, and I feel like he has really good ideas. But I think as far as like if I were to, when I like pursue my writing more and like get published and start getting representation, I probably would bounce ideas off of him, but I don't think I would have him be a part of my management team or my business infrastructure, because I just don't want it to cross over into our marriage, and then we're more looking at each other as business partners versus lovers or life partners. Like, I just don't really want to do that, because I've seen it go left so many times, and I think it can just get so complicated and convoluted, and I'm really not interested in doing that because I plan to be married for the rest of my life. So anyway, I don't know. Her and MJ fell off because she got caught up in hearsay. Women were coming from the woodwork saying that MJ was kind of like on bum behavior, and I didn't really like that because I thought it was unfair to him. Yes, he was living with her and she was taking care of everything financially, and I'm sure that created a burden. But I think if they had given it time and really locked in and done the work, I think she probably would have been married. She probably would have had more kids. Like, I just think Amara could have really flourished because she had a man standing by her side that really was in her corner. But I think on some level, on the other hand, I think that they were not equals because of the money, because of the power, because she had a little bit more clout and she was more known. Not that I'm trying to bash MJ, because I still think he was a great guy. Out of all the guys that I've seen her with on the show, he's been the best one for her, to me. I think after that, she met, if I remember correctly, she met her child's father, Alan. She met him through MJ, which is the fucked up part. Alan is Dominican. I already knew Alan was on scummy behavior because I was like, he just gives me dusty vibes. I was like, he has a secret family. I've heard, again, that Dominican men can be very out there, for lack of a better words. They can be spicy. They can have multiple relationships, and, you know, I've heard that they're cheaters and things like this. I don't believe all Dominican men are like this, but heard that they can be very macho and somewhat misogynistic. And again, I don't believe this for all Dominican men. I do believe there's some good ones out there, so don't come for me in the comments for that. But this is what I've heard, like stereotypical, you know, things about them. And he just gave me that. Something was just fishy or off. He just seemed really sneaky. He didn't seem upfront, and she was pouring more into the relationship than he was. And I feel like it just made her look so bad. It made her look so weak. It made her look so desperate. And then her carrying those kids by herself and raising them and just struggling, like, that made me really sad for her because she didn't deserve that. Yes, I know he was married and she knew he was married. And then that doesn't make it right. I don't excuse him stepping out on his wife because that wasn't right to her. But I don't get the sense that this is the first time that Alan has stepped out on his family. So it didn't really surprise me. I was waiting for it to come out sooner, honestly. And then after that, they broke up, and then I believe she got with Safari, which I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, Safari is trash. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't treat them accordingly. He does not, everything is a game to him. He is so unserious. Like, he just thinks with his little head. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, to me, he's not that cute. He's not, like, his personality doesn't do it for me. He only cares about himself. He's very selfish. I don't think he's capable of love. I think he love bombs, but I don't think he's capable of love. And then her getting engaged on a whim to him. And it's like, he slept with like well over half the cast of multiple franchises. Why would you want to be with a man who has such a bad reputation? His reputation precedes him. I don't know Safari. There could be more to him than meets the eye behind the scenes, but I think he very much is a narcissist. I think he is a gaslighter. I think he is a womanizer. And I would not want to give him the time of day, because to me, whatever you've done to these other women, I feel like he would do to me. I think there was something there, but I don't think it was as serious as we thought. I think it was just something to do. I feel like Amara was bored. She makes really poor choices in men. I need sis to believe in herself more. I need her to take her craft seriously. She gets so distracted and caught up with these men that I think her art and her career kind of take a hit as a result. I also feel like Amara likes to play the victim and she wants sympathy all the time. And again, I only know her based off the edits from the show. I don't know her personally. She could be completely different in person. She could even be feeding into a character or narrative for the show. I understand, again, this is a job. Reality TV is a job. So again, don't come for me, with that. But this is just my honest take. I feel like too, I think her mom is very overprotective, and I think she's also very overbearing. And I think that also causes issues with her relationships. Her mom and her are so freaking close. it's probably just been them in the trenches in the mud for so long that they don't know anything else. I think there's a huge codependency with her and her mom, and I think that trickles out into her relationships. Because I think even with MJ, with Alan, I think even with some of her friendships with her girlfriends on the show, like I think Amara, she's quick to cut someone off instead of addressing the issue head on. And I think then when people confront her, she becomes like a little kid. She's like, oh, I didn't mean like this. I'm just going through so much and I'm struggling. It's like, but you need to hear the other person, because you need to hear how you hurt them, and you need to correct the behavior if you want them to stay in your life and you want to have that relationship with them. I feel like she does not deal with confrontation well. I feel like she can be a good communicator when it's beneficial to her, but I think she could do better in terms of her interpersonal relationships, especially with her friendships, because every season she's always isolated from the rest of the cast. And then she does stuff to antagonize other women on the show. And then she throws the rock and hides her hand. And I don't really fucking like that. I think she has so much potential. I think she always lets people get over on her. I think she doesn't have enough of a backbone or a spine. And again, I'm not trying to go like completely ham on her. This is just my observations of her. I really think that if she did the inner work, she would attract better men. And I think she would be able to maintain her friendships better and have some separation from her mom. Truly, I know she wants to take care of her mom, and she feels like she owes her mom everything for helping her become a star and helping her get to the next level and discover her talents and gifts. But I think what would be good is if her and her mom didn't live together. Not down the street, not next door. I think there needs to be some separation physically and mentally. I think they can still be close, but I think there needs to be a shift in their relationship. I think Amara doesn't think that much of herself. On the outside, from the outside looking in, she's very beautiful. Like, gorgeous skin, body is bodying, hair, makeup, nails, everything is always laid. And she just has not done the inner work. She is looking for love in all the wrong places. I think she's looking for what she didn't receive as a child from her father. And there was a scene, I think there was a season, was it 1 or 2 or 3? It was one of the beginning seasons. And she had her dad come on, and like she tried to like reconcile with her dad, and even had her dad, I think, living with her, and she was taking care of him financially, but her dad just like completely ghosted her. And instead of dealing with her issues, instead of dealing with her trauma or her pain or those abandonment issues or daddy issues, she just goes to the next man. Like, she just keeps moving. And I think that's something her and Shay Johnson have in common, is that there's healing that needs to be done inside, but instead of dealing with it, they put it into a relationship. And it's like easier to pour into someone else than to look inward. I think that's so true. And even me, I'll admit, like, I was very much like that. Like, again, the reason why I can recognize the behavior and call it out is because I used to do it. Before I met my husband, I was a fucking wreck. Like, I always was in a relationship very quickly too. Like, it would be so quick. Like, within a week, I'm saying I love you. I'm talking about moving in. I'm talking about, like, it was just getting too deep too fast, and it was very toxic. And I can't just say the guys were toxic, because I was toxic too, because I was so unhealed. And again, looking to find my father and other people, especially guys. And I think I just did not love myself. So I put myself in harm's way by entertaining really bad relationships, but also it was like self-sabotage and self-destruction, because I knew these people weren't good for me. My gut was telling me, you need to get out, you need to remove yourself, but I just kept entertaining it. A lot of it was like boredom. A lot of it was like not loving myself enough, not realizing how worthy I was, but also just destructing, like, on all matters, like mental, spiritual, physical, all the things. And like, I feel like Amara might be just as broken as Shay, and I think they're great women. Like, I think that they can heal, and if they do the work, they'll be fine. And if they maybe take a step back, both of them, I think, need to take a step back from reality TV, because it's not really serving them. I don't hear about Amara until she's on the show, and I'm like, she has so many other talents. I could just see her. I think she did have a show on like Fuse or something that she hosted. I forgot what it was called. She was really good at it. Like, she has a very good head on her shoulders in terms of like speaking and like just being educated and being knowledgeable about a variety of topics. And I just think it pains me to see the pain in her face. Like, when she, like, her shoulders drop, she wants to cry, her eyes are watery, she looks like a little kid whose like lollipop got dropped on the ground and like sand and like dirt and bugs got on it. Like, she just looks so sad, so heavy. And I'm like, is she enjoying this? And I remember one season, she used to be so thick, so curvy. And then she was so skinny. She was like a freaking skeleton. And I was like, is this okay? And I was like, it's taking a toll on her. I was like, these men and all this running around and turning up for the cameras and everything. I was like, it's taking a toll on her. She needs to do something else. Like, she needs to have a podcast. She could do a YouTube. Modeling. She should totally be doing modeling. I could see her doing more television hosting or presenting. Like, I could see her more in the Latin space, like going and using like her, you know, her Dominican heritage to kind of leverage her career. Like, I could see her doing so many things. Unfortunately, I don't think singing is like her strong suit. Her music is just, it's just there. Like, I don't even want to say mid. It's just, it doesn't do anything for me. And I don't think she has any passion for it. But I think because she was burned so much in the past by the music industry and like management and people stealing from her, lying to her, I think that probably might have soured her taste on that or left a bad taste in her mouth. But I loved her. When I see her on the screen, I was like, who is this girl? Like, I love the big afro. I love her dark chocolate skin. I loved her curves. I loved how sassy she was. I loved like that fire like that she had. But she was also such a fierce lover, such a fierce friend, such a fierce daughter. She has, again, I'll say it again, she has really lost her shine. Like, and her dealing with a married man, like, you could not think that that was going to go well. And he proposed to her while he was still married, and she knew. And it was just like, she was begging for a man that did not love her. I think he was there for a good time, not a long time. And Alan, again, I'll say this again, you're fucking trash. But she should have known better. Like, she should have used better discernment. And I want her, even if she continues to do reality TV, I think even the same thing I said about Shay, maybe doing her own show or something that's not as chaotic or triggering. Like, it's funny, but then it's not funny at the same time. It's like, I actually really enjoy reality TV. I do see some of the more human moments and see some enjoyable moments. But then it's like, you see more drama and chaos and ratchet shit than you do positive stuff. And I think she still has time to turn it around if she wants to. But I'm like, is this what she's gonna do for the next 5-10 years? And I'm like, this will probably help feed her family, no doubt, but it's like, at what cost to you? Because I think sometimes when you're on reality TV, it does taint your image. It does make people not take you as seriously. And I really think she should give MJ another chance. I really do. I think he was her person. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm like, he just seems so genuine. He really was so in love with her. And just the way he treated her, she was like on freaking cloud nine. Like, I didn't see her smile. I didn't see her have that glow or that light like I did see her with him. Like, I just think the other men, they're just so trash. She knows these men are trash, but she deliberately chooses to give her body to them, give her time to them, give her energy to them. And I'm like, you need to be more mindful, because now you have 2 kids that are looking up to you. Not even just that, 2 daughters. You don't want your daughters making the same mistakes as you. You want them to be better than you. That's what your biggest wish is for, you being a parent, besides them being safe, them being loved, them following their dreams and like reaching their potential. Like, I don't know. I just feel so passionate about this. Amara, girl, I don't know. I just want what's best for you. But do you want what's best for you is my question to you. And please don't take this the wrong way. I just had some thoughts. I just wanted to get them out. I still love you. I still enjoy seeing you on my screen. I want you to eat. I want you to continue to win. But girl, do better. Pick better. Heal. Do the work. It is worth it. I promise you. I'm doing the work right now. And my life has changed as a result. I attracted a really good man. I've been able to buy a house, get a good job, get a car, been able to go back to school, get my education, and really invest in myself and build myself up to be a better person. But more importantly than that, prepare myself to be the best mom I can fucking be. So anyway, that's the end of my TED Talk, my video. I love you guys, and hopefully you like what I had to say. Take care. Bye.